And now joining us live to talk more about those trends in Kern County's mental health is Program Support Supervisor Ellen Eggert. Good morning, Ellen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. In that story that we just watched, you said suicidologists are concerned about a potential spike in suicides later this year. Why is that?
Well, they have a couple theories, but what they're thinking is, we're anxiously waiting for this to end, and there is a new normal, like Stacy said, and some people can take it for so long, and they're thinking that it's not going to happen overnight, and a lot of people don't have jobs to go back to. There's just so many things that are coming together. We know, like I said earlier, more people are having thoughts. So we just have to be aware.
Yeah, and you talk about the importance of that awareness, suicide awareness, and you mentioned Kern Behavioral Health has a training. Could you tell us what that training is?
Yes, it's called Question, Persuade, and Refer. And it's for anybody. You don't have to work in behavioral health. And talks about warning signs, myths, how to ask the question about suicide, and then what to do if someone is having thoughts of suicide. Many people have fleeting thoughts, and they kind of come and go. With our youth, many of them have thoughts, and we know that that's gone up because of the disconnection. Suicidologists always say that connection is so important. And we haven't really had that in the last year. So we'll do this training Zoom, however you want. We'll come to you, businesses, churches, whoever. We will train you. And it will possibly make the rate go lower in Kern County because we're all suicide aware. This particular training, Paul Cornett, who created it outside of Seattle, he trained when he first started everybody in their community, from bus drivers, hospital people, everybody that they could, because he wanted to show that it worked, and their suicide rate went down.
And like you mentioned, there's especially a concern for our youth here in Kern County. What are some ways that parents can address suicide with their kids?
We're so afraid of that big myth that if I ask them, I'll give them the idea. But there is so much research that shows you can't put it in someone's head. If they're at that point, they're already thinking about it. And we know that when someone asks non-judgmentally in a caring way, most people will tell you, and our youth need to know that they can go to their parents and tell them, hey, I'm having these thoughts, without their parents shutting them down or saying, oh, no, you don't. So it's less likely to happen if they're able to talk about it.
And we are almost time, but I do want to ask you, what are some resources that people should know about here in Kern County?
The crisis hotline is 24/7. And anybody can call if you're having thoughts, if you have a family member who's having thoughts, or if you just need to talk to somebody. To call this hotline, you don't have to be thinking about suicide. We're living through a tough time. So 800-991-5272. From there, we can also let you know the resources available to get behavioral health counseling, what are substance use disorder counseling. But you got to make the call. And someone's there 24/7.
Great. Well, we'll have that phone number on our website, turn223.com. Ellen Eggert with Kern Behavioral Health and Recovery Services. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.